Now, you may think that people in the South only worship on Sundays, but we do something real serious on Saturday, too. It's called college football.
It's more like a religion down here. It really is. I think that's probably more important down in our part of the country, the South, than any other part of the country.
We come out here to be some Gamecocks! Yeah!
Because so much is at stake on the football field, fans will do anything to be there.
I had a pacemaker and defibrillator put in Monday. Got out of the hospital Wednesday, went to a family reunion Thursday, and here today.
And everybody's bummed for 6 days if the team loses, you know, until the next Friday night. And it's something where the whole town is invested in it.
The Civil War didn't just decimate the South. It dealt a huge blow to the Southern spirit. But a football game changed everything. The 1926 Rose Bowl between the Alabama Crimson Tide and the Washington Huskies.
Nobody gave a bunch of Southern boys much of a chance against the undefeated Huskies, but they were in for a surprise.
They were losing at first, but came from behind and won the game 20-19, earning their first national championship.
Alabama's Rose Bowl victory did more than thrill Alabama fans. It boosted the pride of all Southerners.
The South is much more infectious with football than I think any other part of the country. And I think a lot of it is because of the war, which we lost.
In 1970, Alabama football once again played a crucial role in changing Dixie. And the guy that made it all happen was the South's most revered coach of all time, Paul Bear Bryant.
If Southern football is a religion, then Coach Bear Bryant was the Pope.
Coach Bryant won 6 national championships. And by the time he retired in 1982, he had won more games than any other coach in college football history. But Bryant did more for Alabama than win games. He saw that segregation was hurting Southern football, and he tried to change it. In 1970, Bryant deliberately scheduled a season opener against the USC Trojans. It was the first time that a fully integrated team had played in Alabama.
The Trojans slaughtered Alabama during that game, 42-21. Coach Bryant used that defeat to convince the other Southern schools of the necessity for racial integration if they planned to compete nationally.
The University of Alabama got the message. Bryant recruited his first black player the next year, and 2 years later, a full third of the Crimson Tide squad was black.
Things didn't change overnight, but they did change. By the 1980s, one of the most dominant players was Georgia Bulldog running back Herschel Walker, Heisman Trophy winner and College Football Hall of Famer.
I was playing very well at the University of Georgia. And we walk across the parking lot to our dorm room. There was an old gentleman. He came up to me and he said, "You know, Herschel, I was one of the biggest Klansmen in the state of Georgia." He said, I've been watching you. And he said it, I just want to apologize and say I'm sorry. And he just walked away. And I tell you, that meant a lot.
Like Dixie, Southern football has come a long way.
The South has really come to dominate college football. The last 5 national champions have all come from the SEC, and the SEC sends more players to the pros than any other conference.
We're proud of our teams, but as Southerners, our first love is the game itself.